Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today in this tutorial I am going to show you how we can implement chat application UI in React Native. So as you can see over here, this is our chat message screen, and here we can see that a list of messages available, and we can tap on any user message. Then we are presented with chat screen, and here is the chat UI. Here we can type a message and we can submit it. It has been sent. So this kind of UI we are going to create. And also one thing to notice here, that when we are at this messages screen, that time we have this bottom tab bar, but when we are visiting any chat screen, that time our bottom tab bar has been disappeared. And also there is another thing. Here you can see we have list of messages available, right? And we can scroll through chats, and when we are scrolling, that time here we can see we have this scroll to bottom button. So when we click over here, then we are scrolling to the bottom. So this is the complete UI which we are going to build. And let me tell you that this tutorial is a part of a tutorial series where I am showing you how we can create a social app by using Firebase in React Native. So in this tutorial I have already shown you many more things previously. If you haven't seen all those tutorials yet, then I would highly recommend you to see all those tutorials. It will be helpful to you. And in this tutorial I will just focus on this UI, and later parts of this tutorial series I will implement this chat feature by using Firebase. So if you find this tutorial interesting to you, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video on this channel. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with the tutorial. So this is our message screen, and here we will display our list of messages. And here is our app stack, where I have this tab stack or this tab bar code present. And here, since my last tutorial, I have changed this thing. I have created this message stack, which is this one, and within this I have provided two screens. The first one is the messages screen, which will provide the list of message, and then there is another screen which is chat screen, which will display a particular user's chat. So these are the two screens which we are going to create in this tutorial. And I have created this chat screen and message screen, which is basic React Native component. And along with this, I have created this message styles.js file. It contains the styles for a particular message which will be present in our list of message. So this is what I have added previously, so that we don't need to waste much more time discussing the stylings, because these are the basic simple stylings, and it is also pretty similar to our feed style, which I have already created previously when we have created this. And these are the basic CSS. You can get these codes from my GitHub directory. I will be uploading all this code to my GitHub repo, and from that you can get all of these codes. So the GitHub repo link will be in the description below. Now within this messages screen, we will create the list of messages, and to create that, first we need to provide a list of data, and I have already created a dummy data, so I can paste it over here. I will use this data to create our list of messages. So here, instead of this text and button, I will use a flat list, which will generate list based upon our data. And don't forget to import this flat list from React Native. Now for this flat list data, we will provide this data, which is our messages array. And then we need to provide this key extractor, and here we will iterate through each item, and we will provide the unique ID, which is the ID field of each item, so this field value. And then after that we need to render the items. So here I have just rendered the username for each item, and here we can see list of username. So this is the flat list, and here we will design our message card, and that is where our message styles.js file will be useful. So first we need to import all of those in our message screen. So we will import styles from message styles, and here we will require container, then card, and then user info, user image wrapper, all of these things. So here first, instead of using this view, we will use the container which we have just imported from our style. Now here we need to use the card. Within this card we will use user info, and within this user info we will have the user image, then all the other text contents. So first, for the user image we need to provide this user image wrapper, and within this user image wrapper we will provide user image, and the user image will be item user image, which is this one. And for the user image we are using the image from our assets directory, which is this one. Here within this users directory we have few dummy user images present, so these are the images which we are using. Now let's see. So it's working, right? And if you find these tags confusing to you, then I will suggest you to check my style components tutorial, in which I have created this feed style, and there I have shown you how to use these styled components and how to create all of these tags and use them in our custom React Native component. So here I am just using all these tags, this user info, this user image wrapper, and this user image. So I have used these codes yet, and then after that I will use all these things. So this is for the text section, and text section is this area in which we will present our text contents. So after this image wrapper we will provide this text section, and within this text section we will provide user info text, then it will be our username. So we will provide item username, and after this username we will provide this post time, and for the value of it we will use message time, and after this user info text we will provide message text. Now save it. Now after saving it we can see that it's showing perfectly as we want. Now we want to navigate to chat screen from this. So for that, in our wrapper element we need to provide on press, and to use this on press, this card element should be the touchable opacity, in which we can provide this on press property. So for this on press we will use navigate, and we will navigate to chat screen. So it's working perfectly. Now I want to pass this username to our chat screen, so that we can replace this header title with the username. So here we can provide the custom parameter to our navigation, and the custom parameter will be username, and the value of it will be the username which we will fetch from our data. Now save it. Now we can use this username parameter value to our chat screen, but here we are not handling the navigation header, we are handling that in our message stack, in our stack navigator. So here for this chat screen we need to provide options, and here for the options title it will be route params, then the parameter which we are passing. So we are passing this username parameter, so here it will be username. Now save it. Now here it's showing the error, undefined is not an object. Now let's reload it once. Now let's see. So now it's working, right? So here it is showing the username, and we don't want to display this back title. So for that, here we will use back title visible as false. Now save it. So it has been removed, right? Now here within this chat screen we will implement the chat UI. So for that we need to install a third-party package called React Native Gifted Chat, and this is the GitHub repository of that package. So first we need to install it, and to install it we need to use this command. So I am using npm, so I will copy this command. If you are using yarn, then you can use it. Now after copying this, paste this command over here and hit enter. So it has been installed. Now after that Let's see how we can use it. So first we need to import this gifted chat. Now after this we can use it like this. So I can copy this and paste it here, and then within the return statement we will use this one. So replace this with this gifted chat. And to use this we need to import few things from React. So first one is the use state, which we are using here. Then we need to import use effect, and after that we need to import this use callback. Now save it. Now after saving it, we can see that the UI has been changed, and here we have this type a message section. And as we are started typing, then the send button appears, right? So it's working fine. It's pretty simple to add it. Now we want to customize it little further to make it our own. But before customizing it, let me copy this message and update it. So now we can see there are two messages available. One is for the user who we are sending the message, and the other one for the message sent by the user who is using the app. Now first I want to change this text bubble color. For that, here we have this render bubble prop, and here we can render a function. So it will be render bubble function. Then we will receive some props. And now within this function we will update the bubble. So we need to import the bubble from gifted chat. It has been imported. So after importing it, we can use it over here. Now first within this bubble we will receive all the props which we will receive from our gifted chat component. Then we will modify it. So first we will provide wrapper style. Then we want to change the color of this chat bubble, which is at the right side. So we will provide right, and if we want to update the color of this chat bubble, which is at the left hand side, then instead of right we will provide left. But I'm not changing the color for left, I will change the color for right. So that's what I'm going to use. And here we can provide the background color, and here I will use this background color, which is our app theme color. Now save it. And after that wrapper style, we need to provide the text style, and here also we need to provide right or left. Then we can provide the color of it, and here I will provide the white color. And now it's not working, so we need to return it. Now save it. After returning, we can see that it has been updated. Now then we want to update this send button. By default this send button is not present over here. When we start typing, that time the send button is appearing. I don't want that. I want to display the send button always. So we need to use this prop. Now save it. After saving it, let's see. We removed the text. Now still this send button is present. Now I want to display an icon over here instead of this text as this send button. So for that I will use render send prop, and here I will call this function. So we need to create that function, and we will receive the props and we will return the function. So here, similar to bubble, we need to get the send from gifted chat. So make sure you import it if it is not imported automatically. Then within the send we will provide all the props. Then we will customize it. So we will use a view, and within this view, let's see if view is imported from React Native or not. So it has been imported. Now within it we will use an icon. So for that icon we need to import icon from React Native vector icons, and I will use material community icons, and I will name this as material community icons, and I will use it over here. And the name of the icon will be send circle. Then I will provide a size of 32. Now let's save it. So here is the icon. Now I will update the appearance of it. I will provide a color over here, and that color will be this color. Now save it. So the color has been changed. Now after that, here I can see that it is at the bottom of this type of message section, but I want to push it to the middle of this section. For that I can use styles. I can provide a margin button which is 5 pixel, and let me provide some margin to the right as well. Now save it. Now after saving it, it's looking good. So let's see. Hello, and it's working fine. Right, so we have updated the send button as well. Now I want to update the scroll to bottom button. Now we have lots of chats present, but when we go to top of the chats, then we are not seeing the button to get to the bottom of the chats. I want to display that button, so for that I will use scroll to bottom. Now save it. After saving it, it disappeared. Now again I need to provide some chats over here, so let me quickly do that. Now I have provided some chats. Now if I go to the top, then we can see that there is a button, and if I click over here, then we are scrolling to the bottom, right? But here we can see that there is a down arrow, but this arrow is not looking good. I want to change this one. So for that we have scroll bottom component, and here I will create a function with the same name, and here we will return an icon, and that icon will be vector icons font awesome. So now use it here, and the name of the icon will be angle double down, and for the size of it I will use 22 pixel, and for the color of it I will use this color. Now save it. Now to see if it is working or not, I again need to type some chats over here, and yes, it's getting repetitive, but as we are just implementing UI now, we have to deal with it. Later when we will implement the chat functionality with Firebase, then we don't need to go with all of this hassle, because we will have the chats available from our server. So now let me quickly type some chats over here and then come back. So now there are lots of chats present. Now let's go to the top. Now we can see that button is present, but right now with this double down arrow, and this time it's looking good. So we have successfully customized this chat UI to fit into our requirement. So we are completed with it, but we are missing one thing, which is this bottom tab bar. I want to get rid of this bottom tab bar when we are at this chat screen. This tab bar will be present in this messages screen, but I don't want it to be present at this chat screen, and it is just for the user experience purpose. If you want to provide that to the user, then you can do that. Otherwise it's not that much necessary. But yes, when in real device an user will use it, that time this keypad will appear, and from this keypad to this text in between there is a gap for the tab bar, which is not that good experience in my opinion. So that's why I want to get rid of it, and to get rid of it we need to go to this abstract.js file, and here within this abstract we will create a new function called get tab bar visibility, and here we will get the route name, and we can do that by checking if the route has the state present. If it is true, then we can get it from route state routes, and then the index of the route, and go into the name of that route. So by this we can get the route name if our route state is present, and if it is not present, then we will provide an empty string. Now check for the route name. For our case, if the route name is chat, then we will return false. Otherwise we will return true. By default we will return true. For this route name we will return false. Now we need to use this get tab bar visibility to our tab screen, and here for this message stack tab screen we will use that. So here within this option, first we need to get the route, then we can return it. Now here for this tab bar visible, we can use this function and we can pass the route. Now save it. Now after saving it, we can see that the tab bar has been disappeared. Now go back. Here we are seeing the tab bar is appearing, but when we are going to the chat screen, that time it's getting disappeared. So it's working good, and now we can see that that extra gap is not present. As the tab bar is not present, so it's providing a good user experience, right? And by using this tab bar visibility, we are making it dynamic. We can use it for any route name, as we can use it for this add post screen as well. So here within this feed stack, we have this add post screen. If we want to get rid of this, then also we can provide the route name over here, add post, and it will be updated for this as well when we will use it over here, as we have used it here, right? So that's how it's working. And also there is another way by which you can achieve it. We have this tab bar. Within this tab we have stack navigators, right? So we are implementing it for the stack navigator which is inside the tab bar. So for that there is another type of code which you can use it over here, and that one is from this GitHub issue thread. Here we can see that this tab bar visible code which we have used, and the another one is this one. Instead of that function, if we use this code, then also it will work for the nested stack navigators. So instead of using this, if we use tab bar visible with this code, now after saving it, let's see for this message, here it's working fine. And if we copy this one for any other tab screen, for home tab we are using it. Now save it. Now let's check for the home tab. Now go to the add post. Now here also it's working, right? So there is two kind of code, but I prefer this one where I can define the exact route name in which I don't want to display the tab bar. So I will go with this one. Otherwise, if you want to use this one, you can use it. But while using it, you have to remember one thing, that it might give some issue to some devices. As I have done it, I have checked it in Android emulator, it's having some animation, some glitching issue, and it has been mentioned in official documentation as well. Here as you can see in note, hiding tab bar can cause glitches and jumpy behavior. We recommend the tab navigator inside of a stack navigator. They are suggesting the reverse hierarchical order which we are using. We are using the stack navigator within the tab navigator, but they are recommending tab navigator within the stack navigator. So you have to keep in your mind that as well. So that's the tutorial guys. I hope you have learned something new from this tutorial. If you do so, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this, and let me know by commenting down below. If you have any kind of suggestion for me, then also let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and colleagues, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. In the meantime, have a great day. Goodbye.